Love, indeed, is a beautiful thing, oh. So they thought. Dorcas and Daniel had been inseparable since their university days. Their love was the kind people talked about, the kind that felt unbreakable. They shared dreams of building a life together, promising each other that nothing would ever come between them. When Daniel got a job offer abroad, he was overjoyed. "It's just for a few years," he promised, holding her hands tightly. "I'll come back for you, Dorcas. We'll be together forever." Dorcas believed him with all her heart. They spent one last night together under the stars, whispering promises of marriage and a happy future. Dorcas had no idea that this goodbye would mark the beginning of the longest silence of her life. At first, the distance wasn't so bad. Daniel called every day, sent long messages, and made her feel loved even from miles away. But slowly, the calls became shorter, the texts less frequent, and then, one day, they stopped completely. Dorcas waited, hoping he was just busy, but weeks turned into months. Letters she sent went unanswered, and his number eventually stopped working. Her friends told her to move on, but her heart refused to listen. After 2 painful years, Dorcas finally accepted the truth: Daniel was gone. The man who had promised her forever had disappeared without a word, leaving her heart shattered and her dreams broken. Life moved on, even when Dorcas felt stuck in the past. She threw herself into her work, building a career in interior design. Slowly, she began to smile again, though the scars in her heart remained. Then, she met Toby, a kind, patient man who understood her pain. He didn't rush her, he just stayed by her side, helping her learn to love again. After years of healing, she finally said yes when Toby asked her to marry him. For the first time in a long while, Dorcas felt safe. She believed she had finally closed the door on her past and was ready to start a new chapter. But fate was not done with her story yet. 5 years after Daniel disappeared, Dorcas attended a friend's wedding. The hall was beautiful, the music lively, and she was laughing with friends until she saw him. Daniel stood across the room, looking exactly the same, except that he's now married. On his finger was a wedding band, and beside him was a beautiful woman holding his hand. The moment their eyes met, time stopped. Memories came rushing back, the promises, the tears, the unanswered questions. Dorcas's heart pounded painfully, and suddenly, breathing felt impossible. Later that evening, Daniel found her outside the hall. "Dorcas," he whispered, his voice trembling. "I can explain." She stared at him, her eyes cold. "Explain." "After 5 years of silence. After leaving me without a word." Her voice cracked, but she refused to cry. Daniel sighed deeply. "I wanted to come back, but things happened I couldn't control." He glanced back at his wife, standing a few feet away. "I married her because I had no choice." That night, Dorcas lay awake replaying Daniel's words. No choice. What could have possibly kept him away from her all these years? A part of her wanted answers, but another part wanted to forget him completely. Toby noticed the change in her. "Are you okay, Dorcas?" he asked gently. She forced a smile and said yes, but deep inside, her heart was at war with itself. The next day, Daniel called her. Against her better judgment, she agreed to meet him. She needed closure, or at least, that's what she told herself. They met at a quiet cafe, and for the first time, Daniel told her everything. He had moved abroad to work for his uncle, but things went terribly wrong. His uncle fell sick, debts piled up, and to save his family's name, Daniel was forced into an arranged marriage with his uncle's business partner's daughter. "I thought I could fix everything and come back for you," he said, his voice breaking. "But every decision I made pushed me further away." Dorcas listened silently, tears streaming down her face. The man she had loved was standing in front of her, yet he no longer belonged to her. Days turned into weeks, and Dorcas found herself lost in constant thoughts of Daniel. Every memory, every smile, every promise, they haunted her like shadows. Toby sensed the distance growing between them. "You're not here anymore," he whispered one night. "You're somewhere else, with someone else." His words cut deep, but she couldn't deny the truth. She still loved Daniel, but he was married, and she was engaged. It was a cruel twist of fate, loving someone you could never have again. One evening, Daniel called and asked her to run away with him. "We can start over," he pleaded. "I don't love her, and I never stopped loving you." Her heart ached at his words, but she shook her head. "It's too late, Daniel. We can't undo the past. We made our choices, and we have to live with them." She hung up the phone and cried until her chest hurt. She loved him, but love wasn't enough anymore. It was time to stop living in yesterday and choose her tomorrow. Months later, Dorcas married Toby. Her heart wasn't fully healed, but she chose him, not because he was safe, but because he had never left. At the wedding, as she walked down the aisle, she saw Daniel standing quietly at the back of the church. Their eyes met one last time, and in that silent exchange, they both said goodbye. Sometimes, forever doesn't mean staying together. Sometimes, it means loving someone enough to let them go. And as Dorcas stepped into her new life, she realized that the other side of forever is acceptance. If you were in Dorcas's shoes, what would you have done? Would you run away with Daniel, whom your heart still beats for, despite knowing he's married, or forget him and move on to make a family with Toby? Please do well to let us know in the comment section. Also subscribe to our channel for more stories like this. Thank you for watching.